Everybody, welcome to Sunday Night Heat with Extreme Heat Pete. I am Extreme Heat Pete. We are live on this lovely Sunday evening here in the UK, and we've got a pretty packed show lined up full of guests tonight. My first guests on tonight will be Leella Ryan from Today's Adventure. They'll be joining us for a chat and to answer a few questions, and I believe they've got a product they're going to review too. Also, we'll be joined by Robert Rice at some point. He'll be on to talk about the sensation, which is the Doc's Fusion Fuel hot sauce from Sauce and Glazed. So we'll be on for a chat with him. Talk about that. Also, we'll be joined by James Nicolian from Some Like It Hot here in the UK. He'll be on to talk about the website and upcoming projects he has coming up. So just bring that up. So how's everyone been? I hope everyone's been great. If you want to leave any messages in the comments section, I will bring them up and put them up on the screen for you guys to watch. As announced earlier on this week, that I will be taking a small break for 2 weeks after tonight's show, but fear not, I'll be back bigger and better with some excellent content. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But you know what? Let's bring on my first guests and bring up their information. Yo. And we'll bring in Leella Ryan from Today's Adventure.
Hello.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing well.
Doing great. How you doing tonight, Pete?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good. It's Sunday.
Really excited about this show.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, brother.
Yes,
we appreciate
thank
it.
you.
It's been on our list of things to do, so thank you for reaching out to us and having us a part of it, man. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. This is the first time we've actually shared a screen together, which is pretty cool because I'm a big fan of you guys. I do watch all your content on your media platforms, scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. And
yeah, thank you.
As we are as you, man. You had a lot of good
Yes.
friends of ours on, so it's a bucket list that we got to check on. So appreciate it again, man.
We love the
appreciate
chili
it.
community.
Yeah.
It's a worldwide thing. It's pretty cool.
it is a really, really good community. I'm representing someone in the community tonight. I represent the Scoville unit.
Yes, one of my best friends is Chris. Yeah,
Chris
I love
and
Chris. Chris and Beth are like the beginning of our journey and our adventures. We're all together, so we love it.
He's my favourite for the belt, unfortunately.
Hey, you know,
I can't throw a favorite out for
we all got
favoritism
our
on
person
purposes,
we're
but yes, that's my that may or may not be my horse to win on it too. Yeah, he's impressive. 69 primos in Dallas.
I know that's.
He's putting in the hard graft. That's the main thing. He's not showing any signs of backing down or anything.
No, oh no.
Whatever he's doing, he's smashing it. So
yeah, I don't think he'll ever back down. I think this is just fueling his fire more. I do.
Determination should be his name because he is a determined man. He is, and a good man. He's got a heart, as big as the world. So.
Yes, that is very true.
Good people. What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
Hey, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
People messaging left, right, and centre. John Price here from the UK. Gibbons Carl, he was on the show last week. We've got Broken Charlie Whitmore.
He just broke a record. Ragnarok, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn more about that.
Charlie's a beast.
He is.
He is. And I've just recently discovered that Pure Insane Society. I don't really know anything about it, but it looks like they have got some insane challenges. And Charlie's done a couple of them.
One thing I give Charlie, and I say this on almost all of our live feeds that are League of Fire ones, he has the disclaimer memorized.
Yeah,
I mean that's brilliant, man. Like
he's like the Terminator in a way.
Yeah, I mean he is. He's an all-round chili head, man, well-rounded. And we hope to fly over there someday to compete with you guys and have fun and just hang out and eat some chilies, man. Chomp those chilies.
That would be chomp those chilies.
I've never done a pod eating competition, but apparently I'm being roped into one live on one of my shows. So,
oh boy!
By John Price is nominate. I've been nominated by John Price and the 4 people he's nominated to do a live pod munch off on my show, and apparently my name's been thrown in the hat now as well. So I've got to take part.
You might as well. How do you do with fresh pods? Are you pretty good with fresh pods, or
no? I'm a sauce kind of guy.
Yeah, it's a different world. It is. Have you eaten any of them fresh, like with the super hots, dried ones, or anything?
I had my first ever YouTube video was me doing a dry Carolina Reaper.
Yeah,
and that was nasty.
Yeah, dude, that was our first YouTube video too.
Unfortunately, the video is not available on YouTube anymore.
Oh.
If I can dig it out from the archives somewhere and post it, it is absolute classic for someone who's never ever had a super hot in their life to have a dried Reaper, and the reaction was priceless.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was our first video too, exactly. Which that's so ironic.
Yeah, it's a shocker, man. Like that's how I dragged her into all of this.
It is. That's why I'm here today because of eating. I had never eaten a pepper, ever thought to eat a pepper. I don't know why I agreed, but I did. And I'm glad I did.
Well, I've been told it's a lot different to tasting sauces.
Yeah.
Pods because you got the actual flavor of the pod. In the sauce mixed in with other ingredients, but the fresh pod you're kind of tasting the freshness of.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so different, and your belly reacts differently to fresh pods too.
It's because of the
sauces,
the water content in the fresh pods. You know how it's like if you bite into a green pepper or just anything that's just peppers in general, there's a lot of water. That still exists in those fresh ones. So like that mixes. And it just creates that stomach bomb. So it's different. So I'm not trying to scare you, but prepare yourself for it.
Yeah, you just have to prep for it. Don't eat pods on an empty stomach. That's for sure. He can tell you that. He does.
John Price will be supplying these pods. So he was on last week's show. And he said the varieties he's got growing, which are going to be sent out to me, Jamie Bolton, Charlie Whitmore, Angus Geo Bates, and Kevin Tilly. They're the people he called out, and me, of course, being added to the mix now.
Yeah,
that sounds like a good show.
He'll be providing He'll be providing the pods when they're ready. So it'll be an interesting one. It'll be an interesting show. That one. It's going to be fun.
Is it coming up after your break? Is that going to be like one of the next ones?
As soon as the pods are ready, as soon as John says the pods are ready, and he's managed to get them out to everyone, then we'll arrange a date and a time to get these pods done. I know Jamie's busy with work, Kevin's busy with work, but Angus, he's quite versatile. Charlie's quite versatile, so I'm available anytime.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see
it. Just got to get everyone together at once to do it.
Yeah.
Totally, I'm excited to see it though. You got my attention. I'm sure it's going to be a good one.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, can we? Shall I start with asking you some questions, and we'll see if we can drag it out a little bit more until Robert joins us.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So, what got you both started on your journeys?
Well, I'll start with mine. Mine started when I was young. When I was a kid, I used to play a lot of sports and stuff. My old man used to play baseball with me and coach. Every game or so, we'd go out to this restaurant called Scoreboard afterwards, and have dinner and stuff. Celebrate wins and things. Eventually, he puts hot wings in front of my face. And hot wings are huge here in the States. It's just something. It's coated in buffalo sauce, which was my first introduction into spicy. Yeah. My dad thought it was funny. He gave me the hot ones, and I took a bite into it. I loved it, man. I was addicted right there to the burn. And that's where my journey started and all. It just only got worse. The snowball effect. I was going to the store seeking out the habaneros and serranos and all that, and making my salsas and stuff. And
I hated it back then. He'd always have to make like a separate. He'd have to take salsa and make his own little batch because his always had to be super spicy.
Yeah,
he would sit there like burning, eating it. Yeah, and I'm like, you can't even taste your food. You're not even enjoying it. Why do you do this? It's so stupid. But I had never done it, so
That's how she kind of got drug into it, though. So she got
Yeah.
tired of seeing it. And I'm a sucker for free T-shirts.
is.
I'll just say this, right? So
Free
free
t-shirt,
T-shirts and
free
hats.
hats.
Well, there was this competition for the dried reaper. If you eat the dried reaper, you get a free shirt or hat. We wanted to
Yeah.
start our YouTube.
I never got a free shirt for eating my Reaper. I got
No.
a really bad backside for it.
Yeah, you go through a lot of pain for
Yeah.
that. You earn that. It's
This
a
one
badge.
was through the Sonoran Spice Company. That's who our challenge was through. They're based in Arizona here in the United States.
Yeah, but that's kind of what drug her into it.
Yeah. He
is
wanted
that.
that free T-shirt, and I don't know why I agreed, but we had a video, eating the Reaper and then submitting it in order to have the win for the T-shirt.
For the shirt, yeah.
But that was our first YouTube video that we posted as well.
That started her on her
And
spice
it
journey.
did,
It
because
really did.
before that I was at Buffalo Sauce. I mean, I love Buffalo Sauce, but I would never have even thought to try anything hotter because I just seeing him and the way he'd burn. Why would I do that?
She couldn't even do habaneros.
But after that, I don't know. There is something about it that you just find your love for it, and then learning all the health benefits that comes with capsaicin is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good for you. Good for the heart and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good for your skin.
Yeah.
It's a good painkiller too. They're using it in surgeries too.
Yeah.
For
all
block
kinds of
nerve
things.
blocking.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that it cures cancer as well, but
Yes.
it has got cancer curing capabilities.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to figure out a way to inject it into the cell is what it is with that.
Yeah.
And they haven't figured that across yet. But once I think they do, I think that's the scientific breakdown. It's amazing. Though,
Yeah, I know.
All from a pepper.
Right.
Not only does it, the police use it to mace people, but it can also save you. It's a
You're not going to run up to a police officer and say, "Go on, mace me."
Yeah,
Here, mace me.
right.
I need some
breakfast now.
But it is just a different world, though. And once we started posting our videos, that's how we really got into the chili community and started meeting all the cool people out there. And now it's just a part of our everyday lives. We've met so many wonderful friends, and we get to travel and go to events now. And it's just amazing, what a chili pepper can do and how much it can change people's lives.
And how it can bring people together from different walks of life.
It's true.
Yeah.
I've
Just
also
like this,
heard so many stories along the way from people, just how they have struggled with life through drug addiction or alcoholism, and they have also found peppers to get through all of that. And just hearing everybody's story is really amazing.
It's touching stuff.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It is. All from a pepper, right?
From a pepper. Yeah. From a chili pepper, a red hot chili pepper.
From a red hot chili pepper. That's what I just wish my wife should do spicy stuff, but she can't. She can handle a jalapeno, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's
But some jalapenos are hot.
That's my partner's level. She's a jalapeno kind of person. I'm more fiery. I like a bit more.
Yeah. I've got some batches of jalapenos though that you bite into and you're like, this is a little spicier than normally, but
sneak some peppers into her stuff, Pete. Just slide a couple into a Sunday roast.
There'll be a grave in the back garden for me.
And a doghouse for you to sleep in later.
And I'll be living in the shed with all the rest of my sauces as well.
You'll be surrounded by good company.
That's right.
So, yeah, true. I'll be surrounded by great company, but
lonely nonetheless.
Yeah.
Summer's coming up. It's not a bad idea, actually. She's probably going to kill me. She probably hear.
I'm sorry. I apologize to the missus.
She can probably hear all this. I could probably hear the spade getting pulled out right now. All right, okay. Moving on. What is your favourite challenge so far? This is to both of you.
You want to go first, or
Sure, I'll go first. Favorite challenge. I had to really think about this because we've done a lot of challenges.
Please don't say the Parky chip.
No.
And I didn't know if I wanted to go favorite based on taste or by really just tough and challenging. So I decided to kind of go one that's favorite on a couple different reasons. And you don't really, I haven't seen a whole lot of people do this challenge, so it makes it more unique. But it's by Inferno Candy Farm, or wait.
Candy Company.
Inferno Candy Company. And it's the Defeat the Bug Challenge.
The what?
Defeat the Bug. It's French. And there's 3 candy bars that are filled with this green nougat inside. And each candy bar has a different bug on top. Or is there 3 or 4? Gosh, I can't remember. I think there's 4. There's crickets on one, mealworms on another one, scorpions. Maybe it was just the 3. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's 3.
The real bugs put on top of the candy bars.
Yeah, scorpions. 2 big scorpions,
Yeah.
About 1.5 inch, 2-inch scorpions
Real
on top
bugs.
of one. It's mealworms, and then
the crickets and scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was just 3.
That sounds like an interesting show. That I'm a chili head. Get me out of here eating bugs.
It is.
The reason why I
It's
chose that
hardcore.
as my favorite is because it is very hardcore. That was a mental challenge, but that was also back in our early days when we were more theatrical, and it was so fun for us. We created costumes for our video. So I was a spider, he was a fly, and we just we had so much fun with that video. But yeah, just the mental challenge, the struggle to get through was crazy, and it really didn't taste that bad, ironically as it sounds.
That's what it was. I think it was.
Charlie says, I've seen the bug challenge before. Can't imagine it's anyone's favorite. It's not favorite by taste. It's just favorite by, like, I pushed through and I got through it. And he has volunteered me to do the challenge again with, with the Women's League of Fierce Fiery Queens.
I saw Reaper Teacher had posted.
Soon.
She had it.
Yay.
And I was like, she's got to do this again because I don't want to. And I was like, do that with the girls. Have fun. Go play with the girls. Yes. Eat the bugs again.
Yeah. Play with the girls and eat bugs.
Yeah, but Reaper Teacher loves
she
bugs.
Does. The Reaper Teacher, she eats bugs, so I think she'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
I've seen a few of her bug eating videos.
It is.
So,
I'm trying to find the.
Now it's your favorite challenge, Ryan.
Oh yes, this is an easy one, but not good for her, but it was fun for me. You guys go over our YouTube, check out the Numbskulls challenge. That one's from Inferno Candy Company as well. I'm going to do a spoiler alert on it. First off, it's a candy coated sucker with extreme sour malic acid on one end.
Yeah.
And then on the other end,
watching. So she's probably heard all this.
What's that, brother?
That's my partner watching.
Oh, right on.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan. I'm getting Pete in trouble over here. If you want to stick him in the shed with the garden with the sauces, that's my fault. No, but it was a half malic acid and half Reaper sucker. It was called the Numbskulls challenge. I beat her in that one, and it was my favorite because she now has hair this short when it used to be.
That was when the challenge where you dared each other. The haircut one.
Yeah.
I remember that now. That was last year or the year before last.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that one now.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because that was revenge because she cut my hair like
I did.
2 months before that. So I was rocking like long hair again.
Yeah. I hated it. I hated it. I was like, we should do this him or her series, and whoever loses gets some form of punishment.
Yeah.
And I was gonna make him like cut the yard, wearing a tutu, and but we need to bring that series back.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting back into our theatrical stuff. So,
but
we'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
But Party of Two like doing that sort of stuff as well. I've not heard much of them recently.
I'm sorry.
Party of Two.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah, they kind of do all that crazy stuff, don't they?
Yeah,
but
we
I've not
love
heard them recently.
Yeah, Kirk and Steph, we love them. We haven't seen. They haven't been doing much lately. I don't think at all.
No.
But they're taking a step back. I think with life. They have some grandkids and stuff.
Yeah,
some new
life just gets crazy.
I think that's what they're doing now. But yeah, they're hilarious. You guys gotta check out Party of Two.
Yeah,
subscribe to them. We love them, guys.
Maybe
I wish we
they'll
could
come
see
back
them
if you go subscribe to their channel. But yes, we even formed a club at one point with the Scoville unit and Late for Work and Party of Two. I can't even remember who else, but there were a couple channels, and we called it the Extreme Team because each month somebody was challenged or
I was part of that group.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say that.
I never posted anything else.
It was fun, to figure out what the challenge was going to be each month. And there were some there were some that we just didn't participate in, but there was some.
Millions in the chat with us.
That's what I'm trying to possibly see here.
Maximilian.
Oops. Come on. I'm trying to watch on my phone here. Sorry. I'm having old people problems here with technology. There we go. Let me close it and open it up.
Issues.
There we go.
So, right, your third question. Yes, favorite sauce and why? This is to both of you.
Oh, you want to go first?
My favorite sauce, and this was really, really tough because there's so many sauces out there. And it was hard for me to pick just one because I kind of have a favorite sauce for everything. I have my favorite Verde sauce. I have my favorite Louisiana style sauce. I have my favorite Asian style sauce. So I had to think about the sauce that I tend to pick up more for everything. And it is an Ohio-based sauce, which is where we're from.
And Mr. Robert Rice as well.
And Robert Rice is from there as well, yes. But it is from the Angry Irishman. It is Franken sauce.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of it. This bottle's almost gone. And
I do believe my sponsors sell that on their website.
Yes, I love it.
I believe they've got it there.
It's just
amazing.
It's incredible. This is probably my fifth or sixth bottle
in the last 3 months.
Yes.
Yeah, I love a good Verde sauce.
Yeah,
it's not your typical Verde sauce though, which is what I love about it because it is
it's not
so
made with
flavorful.
either though. There's no tomatillos.
No.
That's made
by Stephen Harrop as well. Sweden Scovilles, another League of Fire legend.
Oh, yeah.
In the chat.
Good to see you all in tonight. It is, but that's a good sauce. It is.
Yeah, I put that on a lot of stuff. I tend to find myself like this just goes with a lot of different things. No matter what type of food you're eating, it goes on pizza, on nachos, on tacos, whatever, on steak. I mean,
it's a versatile.
I have to say, it's my favorite.
It's a spicy one though, so if you're not,
it is
really. It's not like I'm gonna blow your head off, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
For me, I would have to go in. Like it sounds silly, but I had to think about this too. So I'm gonna go with an OG, man. You got to go with Frank's because that's what started it all for me. Frank's. And the reason I say this, I know people are probably going to kill me in the comments for saying Frank's. The reason I say that is because it's an intro sauce, man. It is an intro sauce. The gateway sauce for us all. For the chili head.
It is. It is my gateway sauce too.
Yeah.
So I'd have to deal with that being my favorite because it is a good base sauce for anything. You can take that and you can mix it with powder or mash and other things and make a quick just sauce that you can just dump on food, whatever nachos, whatever you're eating.
It literally goes on everything. I would chug it when I was pregnant right out of the bottle too.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good versatile stuff. I have to say that one.
There's so many varieties of Frank's out now as well. He's got so many different flavor profiles in his range of sauces. So over here in the UK, I think we can get about 9 different flavors of Frank's.
Yeah,
they're changing it up. I think they're seeing what the small batch people are doing though, and they're trying to appeal to the people like us that are small batch lovers. So that's why I said when I say Frank's, I know you guys are like, "Oh God, no! Did he say Frank's? Really?" I say that commercial brand for it just because it is an intro sauce. It is. It is.
It's the original sauce.
They're doing good.
Who doesn't love Frank's? I mean, come on. If you say you don't, you're lying.
But I do enjoy the super hot small batch sauces too. But Frank's would be mine because of that. Only because of that. It's the gateway to the chili community.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maximilian, I do remember that little Bring the Pain sauce, which I reviewed, and that was bad. That was seriously bad. I did a full shot of that on camera, and man, was it! That pickled my guts for days afterwards.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we've been there, man.
Yes,
we've been there.
Yeah.
It was hot sauce.
Yeah.
chugs, they'll hurt you, man.
They do. They go right to your belly.
They'll hurt you.
This is a supermarket sauce which destroyed me. A friend sent me it, and I said, okay, yeah, well. Then Adele from Nukes, she dared me to do a shot of it. I was like, okay, yeah, what the hell? Let's do it. And bang, down it goes, and the vinegar instantly hit my gut, and it started pickling away. You could feel it pickling every bit of your gut.
Yeah.
And then the heat came up, and it was, whoa, what the heck is this?
That's the worst, is when it comes up, is when it comes to your nose. Too.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a crazy sauce. I would never go back there again to do it. I don't care how many views the first videos got me. I'm not going back to doing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We might be able to get something going for that one. Let's petition in the comments below. Let's get Pete to do it again. One more time, Pete. Come on, comment below. One more time. I'm just kidding, man. If I start something, I apologize.
If it gets enough movement, I'm sure I'll man up and I'll do another shot just for the sake of it.
Oh, you heard it.
And you'll know what
if we can get enough movement going, and maybe for my 400 subscribers, maybe I'll do a shot of that for the 400 subscribers.
Yes.
You heard it here first, folks.
There you go.
There you go, an exclusive. If I get the 400 subscribers, I'm doing a large shot.
All right. Share this.
The double shot of Lidl's in the pain sauce.
Let's push it to 400, guys.
Yeah.
Guys and gals at home, let's get it. Let's get that push to 400.
Charlie says, yes, Pete. Chug, chug, chug.
Chug, chug.
We're such bad influences, aren't we? I'm sorry. But we love you, Pete. We love you, brother. Let's get him to 400 and get that chug going.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's change the subject rapidly right now before it gets way out of hand. Okay, so you're both taking part in the Americas League of Fire belt match. Who is more competitive out of both of you?
Well, in general, he is definitely very competitive, just in life. But for this challenge, it's probably me because I want to kick his butt.
Yeah, you are listed with some pretty big names. You've got Zachary Goot from Texas Hotspot, Matt Casually Roasting Johnson, Eric Midge, Miss Scoville Unit, Michael Never Better Club, Grizzly Heat Griffin, Mitch Donnelly, and yourselves. You're all in that belt match.
It's gonna be interesting.
All friends too, man.
I know.
So it's
friends.
It's something else. And how do you compete against your friends? And you got to block it out. So I'm going to compete against her and kick her butt.
Yeah.
We got to fly 5 hours to San Diego. I'm like, I'm going to dominate, dude. I am competitive, but I am humble in that sense of it. I think she does have a lot of fire in her.
Yeah.
I
do. I'm not. I can't. I wish I could share more details, but I can't. But we participated in a televised event a few months ago that will be released here in a few months that you all will see. And I'll just say that I did not do very well, so this is kind of my chance to redeem myself, if you will.
Redemption, yes, sir.
I'm going into this competition because I need to prove that I deserve to be there.
As they say here in the States, she's got a burr up her, her butt on it. So she's ready to go. She's tea and vinegar and all that. She's ready. All our silly terms over here. That means she's ready to kick butt.
I just want to do better than I did in the last competition that I was in. That's for sure.
You're up against some pretty big things in that hat.
Yes.
Tough. And I've seen a lot of these. Like I said, these almost all of them we know personally or know from that. And talk about competitors, man. You're not lying. These are some tough people like Grizz. I've seen him do some just human stuff, man. Just beast mode is like just defined with that man. I'm scared of him.
We've got some top chili heads up there.
Knicks don't play.
It's going to be interesting.
Goot don't hang about, does he? Goot does.
he's hilarious, man. And he'll probably make me laugh myself out of the contest because he's hilarious, man. He makes everybody laugh. He's got a personality, man. The size of Texas, as he would say, man.
One of his chug challenges he did destroyed me. The goose chug, you got to chug that, babe. The goose chug.
Yeah,
which is Flavor and Fire, I believe.
Yeah.
And the Sons of Fire, that goose chug, that destroyed me. I had one shot glass of that and bang, that was it. Lights out. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Chugs are definitely different. Oh.
Those are too. Yeah, they are.
It's like just right to your belly.
But yeah, we're excited though, man. It's going to be great. 5-hour flight out there to meet up and link up with all of our community.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Not all of it,
everyone.
but a good chunk of our community. We hope to see everybody tuning in. And
so what's the prize for this one? Because this is the road to the League of America's belt match. So what prize is there in store? I know the main match you get the belt, but what's the prize up for grabs for you guys?
This one, you guys.
Yeah, whoever wins this one will secure a seat for next year's title belt match.
Getcha.
So there's actually 2 chili competitions going on in San Diego. The one that we are in is called
the belt match itself.
America's belt match, and then the one after is the belt match, America's belt title belt match, or whatever it's called, and that's the one that Chris is in. Mike Jack Eats is in.
I don't know if Mike's in.
Some pretty big hitters in that one.
Yeah.
Some of the best in that one. So, but then you've got some of the best in your group as well. But I am going to be rooting for you two in that one. But I'm not picking. I'm not going to pick my favourite out of the list I've got in front of me because that's just being biased.
You just, you never know.
No, man. No, we appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be rooting for you. I'll try and tune in live. I think it's early hours of the morning in the UK that it's taking part. So whether I can set an alarm for it.
Yeah, you know what? What time is it? It starts at 2.
That'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning. I think your time. I think it's like 2 o'clock or something, isn't it?
I think it would be about 8 hours ahead. So it would be maybe 10 o'clock at
actually,
night.
it would be like 10-ish. I think.
I believe.
That's fine.
I think it'll be live on the League of Fire's YouTube page.
Yeah, we go live.
I believe it is going to be live on the
2 p.m. Pacific time.
So I think
for
that
our belt match, and then 5:30 Pacific for the title match. So Pacific.
So that one you might be a little later. The actual title belt match might be 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning your time.
Yeah, it'll probably be.
Yeah, because that one doesn't start until 5:30 our time. So add 8 hours to that.
I might just have to pull a late one, even though it's going to be on a school night. But who cares?
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Get my son ready for school, so not a problem to that. So right. So the most competitive out of you two is you, Lee.
In this one, I think she's got it. She's full of fire.
And maybe in just all these chili challenges, because I want to beat him. Like, I don't know why. I should let him win. He's the one he's the reason why I'm here, right?
All the women right now watching this are cheering Lee, and all the men watching this are cheering Ryan.
Yeah.
Team Ryan.
Team Lee. #Team Lee.
Well, let's get that going on social media. #Team Lee. #Team Ryan.
Yes. Right. I want to see it. I want to see a bunch.
Let's see who wins in your votes as who's going to walk home with that opportunity.
Yes.
Comment below.
And exactly like you said there, I'll be walking home with the trophy because she won't let me on the plane with her because I'm going to whip her butt. Get
spamming those comments and let us know who's your favourite out of Ryan Lee to take home the opportunity to appear in next year's belt match.
It's all good fun.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, there we go. Right. Question 5. Worst ever tasting sauce you've both tried?
That's a collective one. We both share the same one. And I hate saying
I know.
bad, but
But this was just so bad. I mean, I'm not one to take a sauce and throw it away.
Yeah, but
it was really bad. It's a small batch company. I think it's Cooper's.
Name and shame.
Yeah, Cooper's small batch.
It was a coconut sauce.
It's like lychee something or other. It's mixed with coconut and lime, and it shouldn't go together. It doesn't go together.
I was so disappointed.
But on that note, I want to say that Cooper's small batch makes awesome stuff. Otherwise, just don't get the coconut one because it sucks.
Yeah, don't get the coconut
I'm sorry,
one.
Coopers.
I know, I'm sorry. I really wanted to like it because I love coconut, and I thought it was going to be like a coconut dessert sauce because that's what I was looking for. And when I got home, I was so excited to open it and try it, and there's no sweetener in it. It was like
awful.
It just wasn't for me.
That bad.
Yeah, it was awful. It was. I was like, "What were you thinking?" Because everything else I've had from them is spot on, man. And then like this, I'm like, dude.
Yeah. No.
I spit it out. I was like, I couldn't even do it. Yeah. And that's a rarity with the sauces. So.
Yeah.
That was an easy one.
Okay.
Ryan has a second chance shelf. He's a little nicer. You know, he's like, well, this one might not be so bad. We'll put it on the second chance shelf in the fridge.
I try not to throw them
where
away.
Sauces go to die.
I have that waste not attitude. I'm like, there might be something this will go with. Just put it here in the corner and let it collect dust. And then we'll throw it away.
But this coconut one did not even get a chance on the second chance shelf.
I've got a box beside me where the second chance sauces always end up to die.
See.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
It does. You can't win them all. There is some bad ones out there, but then there's also some really, really tasty ones out there.
Yep.
And just it's like life. Sometimes you come across the bad ones, and then the rest are the good ones. So
that's right.
That is as is life, my friend. That is correct.
As is life. It's like a box of chocolates.
That's right. That is so true. You never know what you're gonna get. It's very true.
That was awesome though, because we use that all the time over here too. So it was good to see that it gets used over on the side of the bar.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's from one of my favorite films, Forrest Gump.
Oh, it's I was
going to make a comment about him saying he's going to be walking home with the trophy because we literally live on the opposite side of the United States. So he's going to be having to go the Forrest Gump track to get home.
I'll get my Reeboks on. And get that endorsement by Reebok, and I'll run my butt across the country.
Right. Least favorite challenge, and this is for both of you.
What's your least favorite?
I have all my stories. I'm telling you. My least favorite challenge, and it's not because it's a bad challenge or the taste. My least favorite challenge.
Yes.
I so wish those tasted better. Oh, mine is going to have to be the Tube of Terror, the original Tube of Terror. And the only reason why I say that is because I did that challenge in one of my very early days, thinking I was a chili head, like, oh, this isn't bad. And I had the worst case of cat cramps ever. I really thought I was going to die, and I haven't touched it since. And I want to do the challenge and kick its butt now and see how I would do now.
Mm.
But I thought I was going to die.
Yes, it was pretty bad for her.
I got halfway through a Tube of Terror, and it kicked me too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. They're painful, man. They are. And
if you don't expel them up, you do not want them to digest.
I got
it hurts.
The 2.0, the corn nuts one from Johnny in December. He's like, here, man. He's like, I want you to see you do a video on this. Yeah, I got it, man. It's been sitting on my shelf since December because of that. I'm going to get to it, Johnny. I will get to it. I promise, dude. I will.
Big shout out to Johnny Scoville. I don't know if you know, but big shout out to Johnny Scoville.
Yeah.
We love being here in the Carolinas. There's so many good people here, and just it's producers and just all the farmers and everything. This is like South Carolina where we live. It's just like the chili community mecca. Just everything.
We live 2 hours away from Ed Curry. The
KTB down your way as well.
Yeah. There's
We are by Johnny Scoville, by Mr. Vic Klinko and United Sauces up there. We've got a lot of people in this area.
Of us. Yeah, a lot of us here.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good fun.
Yep.
Enjoy the Carolinas.
So what was your worst challenge, Ryan?
I'd have to go with the same thing.
Tube of Terror. It's tough.
It's
the capsaicin crystals on it.
Actually, I'm gonna go back. It would have to be that last year of the Pocky, the blue one. The blue one. The blue.
Now, I like that one.
The blue one did something to my stomach for a week though. Like the Tube of Terror did mess me up. It did tear me up horribly, but it made me sick. The blue chip one. Yeah. The one chip. So that would have to be mine. I'm gonna go to that one.
I think we got some stale ones, or I don't know.
The blue Pocky chip was probably the best tasting one they've done.
It was a better tasting.
Yeah.
I will agree with you there. It was a better tasting one, but what it wrecked my gut, like what it did to me for I've never had a challenge that drug it out like that. I mean, they must have, maybe I got a bad one or something, maybe, I don't know. But it messed my stomach up for a while. I mean, you
walk around for 10 minutes looking like you've just licked a Smurf.
Yeah, right.
Gargamel. Your fingers.
But yeah, it was awful for me, the stomach thing. It was awful. It wasn't a tough challenge per se, but it got me on the other end.
Aftermath.
So, yeah, that was the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. But still,
okay. So it's a Tube of Terror V1 for Lee and the Pocky ass chip for Ryan.
Right. Yeah. My guts are still like, man, I see that. I have some of that literature still laying around from that year, and I'm like, oh God, no.
Well, so this is kind of a weird question coming up. You're stuck on a desert island with 3 other chili heads or producers. Who would they be and why?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That is a tough question.
I mean, with this, I don't know. Definitely, if I had 3 people to choose and only 3 people, it would be my husband, for one.
Oh.
And it would be Chris and Beth, the Scoville unit, because they're our original friends that
couldn't think of 2 better people to be trapped on a desert island with.
Dude,
and they're hilarious. Oh my gosh. I mean, Chris and Beth together. I mean, you just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Never be a dull moment on that one.
No, I mean, we always had a lot of fun when we link up with them. That's for sure.
Yeah, I love being around them.
That's what we both were going to say too, and I can't say that. So I thought about this for a while. So I'm like, Desert Island. Okay.
Like, oh boy.
You got to think about this. Now you're stranded on this desert island, and this is
far away from all civilization.
Right. So you need to have people with skill sets here. I can't pick my friends in this one because of this. So, well, they are my friends. I will retract. These people are my friends because I know them personally. They're good people. But I have to go with Vic Klinko from United Sauces. The reason I picked Vic. He's a good person. He's a friend of mine as well, like I said. But he's a chef. This guy can cook, right? So anything I find on this desert island, deserted island. Sorry, desert island. I'm hungry. Deserted island. Vic's going to be able to cook up for me, right? So Vic Klinko, he's going to be one of them. I have to bring my wife in too, because she'll probably kill me if I don't do that.
You better pick me.
But we'll bring her for other reasons, right? And then I'd probably pick Troy Primo because we're going to need someone to grow the peppers to burn us up. So he's a good buddy of mine from Lafayette, Louisiana. He's a producer of hot sauces, jams and jellies as well.
And the Primo pepper.
Farmer's daughter. And the inventor.
He created the Primo.
Yes, sir. So I'd have to pick them. I think that'd be a collective group of I'd be able to eat well, be able to burn. And I'd have my beautiful wife with me.
And you two are musicians. So I think, is Vic a musician? I don't know. But I know you and Troy would be sitting around with your guitars, playing
we'd be making
music.
some coconut guitars and rocking out and stuff like that.
We'd have some good food from Vic.
Around the fire, eating peppers, rocking out. And this deserted island doesn't sound like a bad idea. So we get Beth, Chris. They can come along because that'll be hers too.
Yeah,
so
right.
This just sounds like fun. Pete, come along, get in the boat.
That sounds like a rock party, doesn't it? I'm up for that. Well, I'm down for that. That sounds like a right party.
Yes, sir.
Okay, question number 8. We're getting towards the end.
Yeah.
Right, so question number 8. If there's one League of Fire world record you'd love to break and hold forever, what would it be? And this is to both of you.
I'll go first. I had one for a while there. I had the nougat, and you got to be kidding me one for a while.
Done by
and I got the
pickle, Arena Legacy from a bit of a pickle here in the UK.
Yes, correct. An awesome challenge too. I enjoyed it too. I had it at 7 for a while. My good buddy Simon Cole went and took it from me, but I got my world record.
Yeah,
I got my record card out of it, but I'd like to get that one back. I told Simon I'd let him hold on to it for a while so he can get his gold card as well. And then I'm coming back for it, and it's going to be mine forever. I'm going to be like 30 of them, dude. So
those things are heavy.
If we can get 30 of them to me, preferably if I don't have to pay for them, that's better. But hey, I think I'll do the 30 mark eventually. I'm gonna take that. So I'll be like, that's more of it's a come and get it thing after that. That's a staple. That will be mine forever. So.
Mine would be the Moab. I just love that candy bar so freaking much. I've eaten, I don't even know how many candy bars. I've done the actual challenge once though, which was really strange because I was really nervous to do the challenge, although I had no problem just snacking on the candy bar. So I would have to say that because nobody really does the Moab that much. And I'm not really sure if there is a record for most Moabs consumed. Yes, I always have one at home. I always have one. They're so delicious.
Big, though. I mean, look at that.
The caramel and the chocolate. Oh, yum, yum,
it's heavy, man.
I know that I would never be able to beat the speed record of eating the Moab because the record is like 1 minute and 38 seconds if that Jack guy submitted his time. So for the most Moabs consumed.
I think you could do that.
I think I could eat a pound, maybe 1.5 pounds of chocolate.
I've got this one for the speed record. I'm going to be going for that speed record.
I've never done a chocolate challenge.
No.
Oh Lord.
Well, they're different, and not everybody likes them. I mean,
watch the gut, dude.
Yeah.
The gut's going to hate you.
Well, I tell a lie. I did do the 6.4 million Scoville instant regret lollipop a few weeks back. I did that on one of my shows, and that was quite tasty. But that was only a small amount of chocolate, and that was only 6.4 million.
There's some bad ones out there, man. Like
they're out of
chocolates metabolize so quick in your system with it, and it just hits your gut, man. It's not about the mouth; it's all in the gut with the chocolate. So.
Yeah, I mean, it just liquefies, and your body just absorbs it. But I love them. I'm a girl. I love chocolate. I love all spicy chocolates.
They wreck me, man. Chocolates wreck me.
Yeah.
They do. But I'm gonna go for that speed record with the Moab eventually. Too.
Cool. Right. I'll see my next guest is sitting in the back room, so I'm going to ask you one final question before I put you back out and bring in Robert Rice for a chat, and then I'll bring you back in to do a little saucer review afterwards.
Cool. Sounds good.
So what does the future hold for today's adventure?
Yes.
Well, the future is bright. We got Doc and Marty in the studio here, courtesy of your next guest.
Oh, Mr. Robert's wife.
We're going to be in San Diego. As we
Yep.
discussed, coming up. We also have New Hampshire, the New England Hot Sauce Festival. We're going to be up there with the Scoville unit and Lake
We
Fork.
have 2 chili eating
You're going to be doing that.
Challenges coming up.
You're going to see sometime in the fall.
When they release that thing that I wasn't allowed to talk about.
You're going to see the television
the televised event
thing come out. And that'll be in the fall. And in between that, we're getting back to the theatric stuff. Our chili theater.
Yep. We're trying to get back into our Today's Adventure way. So if you go to our channel and look at some of our older videos, you'll know what I'm talking about with the costumes.
The Cookie Monster sitting up there.
Having a theme type of thing.
Stuff. So fun things. It's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of good fun. And your next guest coming up is a good friend of ours. We just want to shout out to Robert Rice. We love you, brother. Got a bottle of your sauce still sitting here. I won't open because you signed it for me. Much love. We enjoy you.
We'll bring him in.
There he is, the man, right there.
Hello.
Much love to you guys.
We love you, man.
And it's so ironic that we found out after we moved from Ohio, we were born and raised, lived there forever. And after we moved, come to find out, Mr. Robert Rice lived right down the road on the same road.
Small world.
Roy, Lee, I'm going to drop you out. I'm going to bring you back in after I've had a little chat with Robert, we'll have a little bit of a burn together. I've got a few sauces here to burn with, so I think Lee and Ryan have got a sauce they want to burn with too. But
see you guys in a little bit.
Let's get to know our next guest. So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have Robert Rice from Doc Sauce and Glaze, the creator of Doc's Fusion Fuel hot sauce. Can you hear me, Robert?
Pete, I can hear you just fine. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. I've just brought up your graphics. There we go. Yeah, Sauce and Glazed running across the bottom of the screen there. If you want to check out.
Too many E's sauced.
Sauce.
Yes, too many E's in sauced.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh. I'll re-edit that after the show goes out, at the end of the show, and probably my bad eyesight. That's probably what.
We'll have to go back in the past and fix that for the future.
Yeah. We can go back to the past and fix it for the future. So, how are you anyway? Yeah? How you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You're from the same neck of the woods as Ryan Lee from Today's Adventure.
The good old US of A, yeah. And come to find out that, as Lee was saying, we didn't even realize till after they moved to South Carolina that we used to live within miles of each other, basically off of the same road here in Ohio. But as fate would have it, we hadn't hooked up then. So cool.
I'm loving that backdrop you've got going on at the moment.
Thanks. Yeah, I love this backdrop. It's a full-on wall for my office, and it's great for photo ops. I got this from a gig that we had done with the DeLorean from an ad agency. And so my buddy grabbed it and he said, "Do you want that?" And I was like, "Absolutely, that's going on my wall."
That is a pretty cool backdrop for an interview. That is seen from Back to the Future.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's where Marty and the Pinheads were going to play.
Yeah.
The Atomic Kid.
As we all know, you are Robert Rice, the creator of this. This is my second bottle. Surprisingly enough, I've already gone through the first bottle, and it is a really, really, really tasty sauce. It's a nice barbecue style sauce. Packs a great bit of heat to it.
It's a very surprising blend. I honestly did not think that it was going to get the following that it did when I brought it out. Being the flagship and only sauce for my company, I don't want to say it's a one and done because I don't know exactly what the future is going to hold as far as going forward.
Nobody knows what the future is. And if you've got a time machine in your backyard, you can always go check it out.
That's right. But it's been very well received ever since I had my first review and went on live with Heat 101. It's been crazy, the reception of the sauce. It's so standalone because of the fusion of the barbecue smokiness and the hot sauce itself. And like you said, it does pack a good amount of heat from just habanero.
It does. First the barbecue hits you, and then woof, in comes that heat. It just sucker punches you in the back of the throat. It's whack. Whoa.
It is right there. It is, yeah. A lot of people, they'll pick up on the maple syrup first, a little bit of sweetness, but it's not really in your face. And I think that's the surprise. As soon as you smell and you get that smokiness, your head expects the sweetness of a barbecue sauce. But then when it doesn't come through and you are hit with that heat, I think it is just really a shocker. And then again, I don't know what all you've tried it on, but it pairs so good on different meats and creamy items, especially. I love a creamy or cheesy.
You know what I've tried this in with? A beef chili.
Oh, yeah.
Beef chili and nachos. Now that goes really well with beef chili nachos.
The ingredients scream chili. I have made a couple bowls of chili, and the spices in there, the garlic, the onion, the or the smoked paprika. It's a win for chili.
It is, and it certainly packs at 121 gigawatts.
Absolutely. It'll take you into the future.
It certainly does take you into the future. Oh, just had a little bit on my spoons just then, and whoa.
Yeah, the bottle I picked to sit in front of me for the show. I don't know if we can see this online or not, but
is that the signed bottle by Christopher Lloyd?
That is the Christopher Lloyd signed bottle right there, Mr.
Now that has got to be rarer than Pink Rocking Horse doo-doo.
It most certainly is. That was definitely a high point of the career.
Yeah, I saw the post 2 weeks ago. I think it was. You posted on Facebook that you met Christopher Lloyd, and you got him to sign a bottle, which is probably now taking pride and place in your collection.
Correct.
Never to be opened, guarded by armed security guards and everything.
That's right. Locked up in the Mr. Fusion, never to be used. Yeah, I had him sign that and a custom skateboard deck that I had, and then had the opportunity to have a couple of photographs with him. But it was a very cool experience, obviously, to be able to have the Doc sign Doc's Fusion Fuel was definitely a gold moment.
Ryan's just put Pink Rocking Horse doo-doo. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard of that before, Ryan, but Pink Rocking Horse doo-doo. Rarer than Pink Rocking Horse doo-doo.
He'll be using that one a lot now, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah. Shall I fire away with some questions for you?
Go for it.
I've got a few questions here, so I think we've nearly covered this one. Actually, what inspired you to make Doc's Fusion Fuel sauce?
So I had been a hobby hot sauce maker. I had not gone into the commercial end of creating and selling sauce. A friend of mine that owns the Back to the Future time machine knew that he wanted some merch for his store or his table when we would go out to events, conventions, that sort of thing with the time machine. We were sitting down over breakfast one day, and he asked me, he said, what do you think you could do about your love of hot sauce in the car and merging the two of them together? Is there anything that you could do? And so that's when I sat down and I really brainstormed the label itself. So I designed all of the labeling for Doc's Fusion Fuel. I wanted that silver color to match the stainless steel of the DeLorean. Of course, the nuclear symbol for Doc's search for plutonium. The taglines that I put on there, I mean, it was just so fitting to use. Great Scott, it's hot. And then the whole sidebar that reads 1.21 gigawatts of power were used to create this concoction of components. It may not generate a sonic boom, but it will generate a small spark inside of you. And it all fit together in a playful way. But I was also very careful about not infringing upon Back to the Future rights.
Yeah,
so that was the big hurdle, was making sure that I didn't, express that I am Back to the Future backed by any means. I was able to write Docs. I didn't say Doc Brown. So there were a couple of things that I was able to squeeze in there. And then to come up with the recipe, it was a culmination of two recipes that I had already made in the past. And it hit, it fit, it worked out great. I was able to use local maple syrup that I acquire for the sauce. I have it locally co-packed for me here in Ohio. And it's run ever since.
It's slowly becoming a cult classic now.
It seems
the chili community. Everyone seems to have either a bottle of this or they've tasted a bottle of this.
That, and also within the Back to the Future community, I have people that have come up to me, especially the last event when we were in Detroit, and the Motor City Comic Con asked me about the sauce, and they said, "Do you have extra of that?" And I had brought a couple of cases, and he said, "Well, we'd like to set up some on the merch table and sell it, since we've got Christopher Lloyd here as our headliner." And so they bought a couple of cases from me and sold it on their merchandise table.
That's pretty cool.
It is very neat because people will say, "I didn't know there was a Back to the Future sauce." But then I have to make sure that I tell them, well, it's not Back to the Future based, but it is themed Back to the Future.
And anyone who's seen the Back to the Future films back in the 80s and the 90s, they'll instantly know that all the sayings and the symbols on this are similar to what are in the movie itself.
Correct. It does stand out.
And that just makes it an absolute classic for anyone who loves the Back to the Future films. and to own a sauce which is kind of associated to the film itself in some weird kind of way, but to have something created which represents it is really, really cool for people of my generation or the new generation of kids. They don't understand Back to the Future. I'm still trying to introduce my son to Back to the Future films, but he's not that interested at the moment. So
it's amazing, you know, when I hold tasting events, the number of people that may have never heard of Back to the Future. So I have to explain to them the labeling. Unfortunately, there is a great number of people that are scared away because of the nuclear symbol. They think that it's a challenge. You know, just listening to you speaking with Ryan and Lee about challenges, and they think that, oh my gosh, it's like the bomb. You know, it's not the bomb. It's nowhere close to an upper level echelon sauce. For a chili head,
near that.
No, and for chili heads especially, it is not an upper tier heat sauce. There are so many hotter sauces out there, but it does stand out. That's for sure. There's a legitimate heat to it, and
there is a legitimate heat to it, and it's an enjoyable heat. That's it's not a nasty heat like the bomb sauces. It's a really enjoyable heat.
It's very flavor forward too, you know, and that's the first thing. It's not, people just aren't instantly hit by, oh my gosh, that's just ridiculous. Exactly. Brian just said it's such a versatile sauce, and it is.
It's not one of those novelty sauces which come and goes. This is going to be around for quite a while.
I'm hoping so.
Well, I'm hoping so too, because I need another bottle soon. I'm hoping James is going to have them back in stock on the website, because at the moment they're out of stock here in the UK.
As am I.
Are you out of stock too?
Oh no, I've got stock.
Oh,
I'm just hoping that James gets more.
Yeah, I'm hoping he stocks them soon. He is supposed to come on at some point this evening, but it's looking like he's a no-go. But let's move on to the next question. What got you started on your spicy journey?
Spicy journey would have started for me living in the Southwest. I lived in Arizona, desert Southwest, a high mountains area. And that's when I really became enamored with chilies, green chilies, hatch green chilies, and then into habaneros and roasted green chilies in the area. They were just everywhere during chili season. And I really started enjoying discovering new chilies and peppers at farmers markets. And then it wasn't until I moved back to Ohio, where I originally grew up, and I came across K-John's. And K-John was still in business, and they had their shop and booth down at the North Market. So when I met John and Sue Hard, they were really the first small batch maker, artisanal sauce makers that I had ever been introduced to. And I instantly fell in love with that whole new world. It brought back a lot of the flavors and just the warmth of the Southwest. And so I knew it was something that I wanted to get into. And I was able to attend some fiery foods festivals that K-John's had put on and sponsored. Got to meet some other makers, Big Fats when they were in business. Oh my gosh, Smokin' Jays. And since then it's been Rising Smokes and Angry Irishman. And the list goes on. There are so many makers. Even Ryan has made a sauce. I've still got some of his. And it's just an amazing family of people that make these sauces. But it was K-John's that really brought me into it. I had the wonderful opportunity to work in his kitchen for a very short time, see some of the inner workings of the hot sauce industry, and it was priceless to have that time. And then it was after that I started to make my own.
I'm a fan of K-John sauces. I like his sauces, his blends and flavors are on point.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that it's one of your future questions, but one of my favorite sauces has been and still is.
That's moving on to the next sauce. The next question, actually. What is your favorite sauce?
For the longest time, and it changes so much now, but for the longest time, and I still have a very soft spot in my heart for K-John's Happy Beaver sauce. I love the flavor and the heat combination of that one. Every time we would bottle that sauce in the kitchen, when there was a partial bottle at the end, I made sure it was in my pocket when I walked out. But am a huge fan of that.
I've got a bottle of that Happy Beaver sauce, but not in my collection behind me. I don't think. No, I've not got it behind me, but I have got a bottle of Happy Beaver sauce, and it's yet to be cracked open.
It really is one of my favorites now. And like I said, there's so many new ones that come out. It's just hard to stay on top of I hate to say trends, but the trends of different sauces that are coming out, Asian style and Indian curry. There's just so many.
There's loads of fusion sauces coming out and different cultures smashing together and creating all these new flavor combinations and everything. So it's constantly changing.
It is. Those are the bottles that I keep, are the ones that really stand out for my A list. They're in a cabinet that every once in a while I'll go through it, and that's what I know I want to restock. But I do even have some lower level, or I won't say lower level, but some very common name sauces. Marie Sharp's is also one of my favorite table sauces, but only the smoked habanero. I'm a huge fan of their smoked habanero. I like the smokiness. Obviously, I have a penchant towards that with the Doc's Fusion Fuel, but I like the smoke that they use for that, and I do like the heat level. It's a little on the upper end of a saltiness that I like, but it's for me, it's a great table sauce.
The only Marie Sharp sauce I've had is the cactus habanero.
And I've
which
not
I believe came in a jar. It was a jar cactus habanero, and that was all right. It was chunky and it was nice and flavoursome and nice heat to it. But it's not an everyday sauce I'd use.
Yeah, there's just so many. I mean, I'm looking at a lineup right now from Marie Sharp's to Steve-O's to Big Fats to Spice Pepper, Tennessee, Frankensauce, Seven Siblings, Wildfire from Canada, Pepper, Gator Sauce. These are all open that I have that are in just a constant rotation right now.
Yeah.
But to keep a constant rotation of all of the ones that I like would definitely require a huge inventory, because there are just so many. Exactly, Ryan. It's a tough question to answer because there are so many new makers popping into the scene constantly. K-John stays on top of the game, breaking out new recipes, as do a lot of the other makers. And it's really difficult to say what is your favorite. Number one, I hate doing that in the industry, to say who is my favorite or what is a favorite, because there are so many greats. It's tough to say, and I know that it also leads to what's the worst.
Yeah. Okay, so if you had a time machine, quoting Back to the Future, how far back or how far forward would you go and why?
Man, that's a tough one, and I get asked that so many times.
Damn, I thought I was the first person to ask it.
God, it's yeah. So that's a tough one. I don't know that there's a point in my life that I would want to go back to. But there are some really awesome things that I would like to see. I would love to see the building of the pyramids. I just think that would have been phenomenal. And then another time would be to go back and see that first chili head, eat a hot pepper, and willingly want to go do it again.
The first time they eat a Reaper.
Yeah, absolutely. To go back and see the first chili head, it doesn't matter what it was, even if it was the lowly jalapeno, because who knows what it was like back in the day. And if it was the first hot thing you ever had, it would be that, oh my God moment. So it would be kind of cool to go back and see that, and then to watch
that would be pretty cool.
Pull that second pepper, because then it's there was a purpose there.
These plants were put on this planet for a reason.
Exactly.
And just some crazy lonely fool ended up trying it for the first time, and then boom, everything explodes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we know it wasn't just for deer food, because deer love them too. It doesn't keep them out of your garden. So it would have been interesting to see the first chili head eat the second pepper off of a plant.
Right. Okay. So moving on to the next question. Worst sauce you have tasted?
Man, and again, I hate to bash any maker. There's a small maker trying to come into the field, and he had sent me a bottle of a sauce recipe that he was trying to nail down, and it was a garlic sauce. It was just horrendous. It instantly went down the drain. It was way overpowered with a powdery garlic. The vinegar and lime were just so over the top. It cut, and it was just, it just was not palatable at all. It was horrible. Now, I will say that there was a mention earlier of another coconut sauce, and I have had some horrible, horrible coconut sauces. One, and I can't remember the maker of it, but it was such a roasted, chunky coconut that it was, man, it was tough to get past. Sometimes you can really cover a sauce up in a food. But every once in a while, you'll find one that just there's nothing to save it. I've heard guys say, "Oh, I don't throw them away. I won't pour it down the drain. I'll end up mixing it with something out." But I'm sorry, I'm a tough love, and I'm a sauce snob, and I'm not afraid to dump a sauce, and I have dumped a few.
Cool. What is your favorite pepper to use in sauce making?
Well, obviously, I use the red habanero for docks. I really like that. And it's the only sauce that I commercially have made. So that's really going to be my go-to. But I'm a huge fan of the yellow fatale. Love the flavor of fatale peppers. It is just a great, great flavor. If I experimented with another future recipe, I would love to get deeper into the gator jigsaw. I love the flavor of the gator jigsaw and the heat of it. And then not to mention the 7-pot white. Such a really nice fruitiness. It's a phenomenal pepper. But I'm going to have to go with the red habanero. It's versatile. It's very versatile. And it packs the heat depending on the percentage you use.
Yeah. Okay, now this is going to be a tough one. I think someone's already asked you this question before. Will there be a follow-up to Doc's Fusion Fuel?
Well, obviously that'd be in the future if it happens. Yeah, I've run that idea back and forth through my head, especially over the last 2 years with the shortages of glass.
Yeah, every good sauce deserves a sequel.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But there's been a lot of issues over the past couple of years getting glass. Even Some Like It Hot. We talked about this a little over a year ago, and it's held up myself and many of the makers in keeping production up. But I'm also really, really hard on myself about following up with docs, because I know that it's got to be something of value to follow docs up. And then the question is, do I try to keep it in the Back to the Future genre? And then I've got to really be careful about my wording again and how I choose that and who
I'd really love it to be another Back to the Future inspired sauce. The viewers out there would also love to see a second Back to the Future's inspired sauce hit the market.
I've got a few ideas that I've been playing with, and so it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility at all. So I've even got a couple cast members in mind that it would fall under, and how I would do it, or what the base of the sauce would be, or the flavor profile. And I'm not going to lead towards any hints to that, but I wouldn't say that it's out of the question.
All right. Okay. Just got another question from today's adventure. Copyright headaches. Imagine see part 2. Love to see part 2. Well, Robert just answered that question. In the future, maybe, but right now we're living in the past, and that's where we're going to stay for right now.
This is the present, my friend.
This is the present, not the past. The past was yesterday. So, all right, question number 8. If you could do a sauce collaboration with, who would it be?
Wow. So obviously I'm on such a roll with Doc's Fusion Fuel. It would be great to collaborate with Michael J. Fox and have all the proceeds go to his push for Parkinson's research, the Michael J. Fox Foundation. I think it would just absolutely be fantastic to be able to sit down in him and see even what his likes and dislikes are as far as hot sauce or heat or flavor combinations. Even if he hated heat, and just did not embrace peppers at all, it would be really cool to see what kind of a spin we could do on what he enjoys, food choices. We were talking about destinations, countries, and different types of ethnic food to see exactly what he would like to do with that. And I think that it would be really fun to just sit down and brainstorm that. It'd be a blast, just an absolute blast.
That would just to sit down with the man himself and talk about it would be an experience and a half.
Correct.
Okay. Now, everybody has their favorite. Which is your favorite Back to the Future film?
Number one. I'm
number one.
Always, yeah. I don't like a follow-up. There's no question. No question for me. And of course, working with the time machine, my buddy's time machine, we get those questions a lot, or we have a lot of people that come up and say, oh yeah, number 2 is my favorite, or, smaller percentage really like number 3.
Well, I have to agree with you, Robert. My favourite one's the first one, because out of all series of films, the first one's always the best one.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
The first one's always the one what gets you hooked, and then the others are just adds to the fun. But always the first film of a collection or a series is always the best one.
I believe it is, because it lays the groundwork.
That's what gets it started. That's what gets everything started. Like a producer producing a sauce, their first sauce is always their best sauce, and then things get better as it goes on.
You would hope, because if you start from the bottom, I don't know if it makes a good name for you, but there's nowhere to go but up.
As you bring in your fans and people enjoying your stuff, then the more people enjoy it. So yeah,
you've got to start from a great base. That's for sure.
Got to start from great base, and there's some great producers out there who have started from great bases, and they're now pretty big household names in the community themselves. Like yourself, you're well known here in the UK now with Doc's Fusion Fuel, like you are well known in the United States.
I'm honored. I truly am honored, Pete. I mean, like I said, to just have one sauce, there's even some makers out there that have said, I can't even imagine jumping into the market with less than 3 or 5 recipes. But I didn't jump into the hot sauce world with those goals and aspirations was to become big. It was just a love of what I did, the love of the movie, the opportunity that was presented to me. And it was, and still is, just a high point. And it's a huge wave. I'm going to keep riding.
Good. Right. Okay. Well, that has brought the end to my set of questions to you, Robert. It's been a great pleasure having you answer these questions and me asking you them questions.
Oh, it's been a pleasure for me as well, Peter. I appreciate the opportunity.
I'm now going to bring back in Ryan Lee. It doesn't look like James is going to be joining us, which is disappointing because I was looking forward to him burning with a sauce we did on last week's show, but maybe next time. So we'll bring back Ryan Lee back in.
What's up, guys?
There is the Doc and Marty. I have a pair of those that grace the shelves of my collection as well.
They usually sit right up there.
Yep, they're usually right back up there.
Right here in my office. So
that's so cool.
Yes,
we love them. Man.
We love them.
Little backstory on those, Pete. My wife made those. She handmade those.
So I've got 2 little mascots.
What's it called again? It's Japanese crochet, but there's a word for it.
Amigurumi.
Amigurumi. I can't ever.
Yeah, I know it's not.
The mascots behind me, my meerkat and my teddy.
It's a teddy.
Those are cool.
They're my 2 little mascots who sit behind me.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think everybody's got to have a couple. I love these guys. They're always usually hanging out.
They're so whimsical. They're a trip.
I love them.
Yes.
She did such a great job. I got some other projects for her. We'll talk about on the other, different.
Yeah. In the future.
I love all.
Definitely in the future.
it's going to happen. If it does, it's going to be in the future. I think that's what you said about the sauce. The part 2, I would love to see a part 2, though, personally, just to chime back in. I know you got a schedule you're trying to keep to your feet, so I apologize. But part 2, yes, it was a good one. But part 3 was a good one too. So maybe 3.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't personally try to make that my intent. Would be to gear it towards the specific movie itself. It would be more a character base. Of course, the characters do change within the movies 1, 2, and 3. But like I said, I got a few ideas I've been rolling around.
I like the Michael J. Fox collaboration. And, that's
it would be a blast. It would be such a high point.
Awesome. That would be really awesome.
It's like meeting Christopher Lloyd 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's just a high point. I've been waiting for that for so long. We had that opportunity. We had that opportunity 3 years ago. We had the car set up at the Arnold here in Columbus, Ohio. And the same day we set up, the governor said, shut it down for COVID. We were to be set up with Christopher Lloyd next to us doing photographs. And it didn't happen. And so with COVID going on and on and on and shows being shut down, I just pretty much assumed that it wasn't going to happen. In fact, I had sent in a matted piece of work that had the hot sauce label and my beef jerky label when I was running that. And I sent those in to be autographed by Christopher Lloyd, which he did. And so I figured that was as good as it was ever going to get. So anyhow, fast forward again. And we were to set up 3 months ago in Ohio for another setup with Christopher Lloyd. They backed out last minute, said they weren't going to use the car. But then the one that we did 2 weeks ago came up, and there was Christopher Lloyd, and we were set up next to him for 3 days. So that was, exactly. You know, I got to see the guy so much. It was crazy.
That's cool.
So happy for you, Bob, with that too. I know you were ecstatic, man. I was jealous, but dude, as a friend of yours, that was an awesome moment.
Yeah, he has always been a huge fan of the movies. I mean, he watches them to the point where he gets sick of them. Always. I mean, our entire 26 years of being together, he's always been a huge fan of those movies.
If I can get a second bottle of this, Robert, I send it to you. Would you be able to sign it to me?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely, I would.
Be able to sign it if I send the bottle over to you and you sign it and send it back to me?
Oh, I would absolutely sign it, Pete.
Excellent. Nice one. That'll take pride and place on the collector's wall behind me.
Absolutely. I'm tickled to death when somebody says, hey, would you sign a bottle? I'm floored. You know, I don't look at myself as a star spot of anything. I'm just a guy that's making a sauce, and it's been very well received.
Yeah, it's a bloody good sauce.
No, I appreciate that. You know, it's like we're talking about the people, we're talking about Christopher Lloyd. It doesn't matter if it's Christopher Lloyd. When I sit down and I do a tasting event, it's the people experiences that really make the most. It's, you know, I got to go down to Pucker Butt last year, and I met Ryan. He came up to see me at the store, and I got to also go down and drop off first shipment to Katie for Katie B's Cap Cave. So I got to meet Katie. Like I said, Heather and Bella. It's just been Ed at Pucker Butt. They're John Hard. It's just great. And then all of the people within the community. And when you sit down and you talk to them, it's just like Ryan Lee talking about the people that they're doing competitions with, you know, and you have that bond already. And it just, man, it's just like the fire within you. It just continues to burn. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to interrupt. I'm going to do a quick sauce review of you guys, if that's all right.
Let's do it, man.
I've got a sauce from Henry's Hot Sauce. I don't know if you've heard of the Henry's brand, Robert, from Flavor and Fire here in the UK.
I have. And that's a waxed bottle, and you're going to crack it. Wow.
It's a waxed bottle. I've been doing waxed bottles all week. This one's called Hedgerow. This is a blackberry one.
Nice.
A blackberry hot sauce.
Lee loves those.
Is it meant to be a fruit forward sauce? Because I know earlier we were talking about another fruit forward sauce, and it was just so overpowered with lime and vinegar that it just didn't work. And I know I struggle with that too. There are so many fruit sauces on the market, and a lot of them shouldn't be because in my opinion, they're too overrun with the vinegar, and it just doesn't pair with the fruit.
Or they go to like this baby food kind of taste. You know, if it's either not with vinegar, then it has like a weird thick taste. That's
they
like
try to get that pH.
food.
They play with that pH so much, it just cuts out all the flavor, I think.
I hate vinegar forward sauces. I really, really, really hate them. I think they're the worst thing known to man is vinegar forward sauces.
Yeah, everything has a place in there, and with the dessert sauces, no.
Correct.
Wow.
It's hard.
Correct. Or an extremely salty fruit forward sauce. There's one by a big maker in Texas that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
It happens, and it's a hard thing to pair.
It is, and a lot of times just making a recipe, as you know, it's a matter of playing, and if a couple of people, 3 out of 5 say, "Hey, that's good," you're going to run with that percentage, and then
I've got listed ingredients here. I've got blackberries, tomatoes, brown sugar, onion, celery, red chilies, white wine vinegar, sulfate, soya sauce, soybean, water, salt, and wheat. So that's the ingredients in this. So
I've got some good stuff in there. It sounds. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one.
It's quite the combination.
Tomatoes.
It's got a
celery, soy, blackberry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's a nice.
I love reading the ingredients off sauces. That's look back.
Nice pour.
Nice color to that. Nice shine to it.
I love to read the ingredients before. That's what I determine if I'm going to buy it or not.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Or if you can taste them with the pucker bud, that's the best one.
Yeah.
Before you buy them.
You can really taste the blackberries in this.
Can you?
And I reckon this will go really well with a nice apple pie.
So
really?
It's not that vinegar front, that wine.
It's not. You can hardly taste the vinegar in this. You can taste more the fruit than anything else. And the sweetness of the sugars and the berries and all that what are in this, which makes it'll go really well with an apple pie and ice cream. Or any kind of fruit pie. This will probably complement it really, really well.
How does
summer here now? It's ideal for ice cream.
How does the celery come through?
You can taste the celery, but it's not too punchy on the celery, which is good. So the celery's nice and balanced. All the flavors are well balanced, and the heat of those red chilies, it's a mild heat, so borderline family friendly. The sauce as well.
Interesting.
So all your little ones, they'll enjoy it, and the non-chili heads, they'd enjoy this sauce because it's on point, well balanced for being really tasty. I've never had a bad sauce from Sean so far. And I've had quite a few of his sauces now, and this is still another winner in my books.
Interesting. I have to keep my eyes open for one of those. It sounds very much along the line of, unfortunately, Big Fats does not produce their sauces anymore. But it reminds me very much of the Big Fats Double Dark, which is a black cherry and sage. And it's very, very interesting flavor combination. It is phenomenal. Unfortunately, I have 2 bottles left, and they will be the last bottles I will ever get. But it sounds very much like what you have as far as a surprising combination of ingredients that actually work. Yeah.
I believe Ryan and Lee have got a sauce they're going to
do. I'll let
review quickly.
Beautiful wife introduce that
we
one.
We do. We actually just got this mailed to us in a care package the other day. We haven't tried it yet. This is Danny Cash, the garlic serrano. I think it says bottled up anger. Yeah, bottled up anger.
Yeah.
Says heat is a 7 out of 10. And what I like about it, though, it has a flip top. I don't think I've ever seen that. See that?
Oh,
wow.
Flip top.
It's nice.
I kind of like that because I know there's like you either like the cap or people don't like the stopper or whatever it's called. I'm a stopper person, and this has like the cap and stopper.
Flip top.
Flip top. Yep.
Yeah,
I've never seen one.
Yeah, it's a first time I've seen them on the sauces too. But like the nose on this though, this sauce, this is one thing that I opened it while we were backstage while you were talking, Bob. And the nose on this is just
hold it closer again.
It's alluring.
You definitely get the garlic smell immediately.
Oh yeah, there we go.
You should be able to smell garlic.
Yeah, Bob and I have been testing smell-o-vision between. That's a hush-hush secret. We're working out.
That's a very future. That's a future endeavor.
I didn't look at the ingredients.
But yeah, it's got serranos and habaneros in it for the chilies on it. Here you go ahead.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. The heat doesn't really get you.
Ooh.
So that 7 is probably very much a majority of the world. 7.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
that's a good point too. I think on Danny's website, he has the way he describes his list of the heat. I think he said if you see 15 out of 10, that's more of our chili head friendly ones. That's going to be
that.
Yeah.
I
like that. It's original too. And one good thing about Danny's company, man, 15% of his sales are donated to veteran services here in the United States. So that's awesome, man. That is awesome. DannyCash.com. Check him out. That's an awesome sauce. Pour that over some carnitas, man.
It says it's great on pizza, eggs,
sauce,
but try it in peanut butter.
Peanut butter. I should have brought some peanut butter on to try it.
That's what it says on the bottle.
Bob's a flavor connoisseur, man. This guy's got a palate like a madman. What do you think about peanut butter in a green serrano?
Well, I have got a Carolina Reaper peanut butter in my cupboard.
Oh, that'd be good.
Which is made by a UK sauce producer. I will get a jar of it, Today's Adventure, and I will send you a jar of this stuff. Carolina Reaper peanut butter from Plot 34 chilies, and that stuff is absolutely amazing.
We'll have to return the favor. Maybe we'll tuck a signed Doc's bottle in for you in that care package, so we'll send that over to you. We'll return the favor, man. That sounds good.
Yeah. If you like your spicy peanut butters.
Yeah, I was wondering though. I don't know if I would pour the sauce on it.
I would.
Would you pour this on there, Bob?
So that first, to me, I'd hit a grilled cheese. Now I've done, no shame, I've done grilled cheese with peanut butter. It's a really awesome combination. I like
cheese and peanut butter.
Oh, absolutely. Grilled. I know sounds harsh, but I'm gonna tell you what, if you want to talk about harsh flavors, I'm gonna bring back up. Don't hate on the peanut butter and cheese. But even as far as a peanut butter sandwich, that's where I like to put on some tincture. I'll slap some tink on peanut butter because of the sugars. Yeah, the sugars, they really help to kill some of that, but absolutely. I'm not sure about that flavor profile though. Just listening that I would do that. Well, I don't know.
It's not, and it does have some very basic ingredients in there. It has habanero, serrano peppers, garlic, vinegar, lime, salt, and then it has sodium I can't read that.
Benzoate, preservative.
Yep, and potassium sorbate.
Yeah, it's the saltiness of it, though. It's not real salty. Where a lot of people I think Ed says it. They quote Ed Curry, chef sauces.
Yeah,
you can tell chef sauces because they're usually very salty forward sauces. Where this one isn't.
This is good. You definitely get the garlic and the lime for sure.
I want to dump this all over nachos, tacos, and just about. But the peanut butter thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try the peanut butter grilled cheese with.
I wouldn't be against it. Yeah, I'd give it a whirl for fun. I mean,
I'll tag you in it, Bob. I'll do it this week. We'll see how it goes. We'll do a video.
Peanut butter nachos.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bring the show to a close because I've got to put my boy to bed soon. So it happens to be school day tomorrow. They finished the half term.
Yes, we appreciate you having us. Thank you.
Yes, this has been great.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, Ryan Lee from Today's Adventure. Robert Rice, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on for a chat and answering all the questions I've had.
Thank you for the invite. It's been great.
Thanks to all my viewers for tuning in as well. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, and share button on the YouTube channel, Extreme Heat Pete. Also, check out Today's Adventure on their link now. I'll bring up their banner. There you go. Check out all their social media platforms scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. Drop them a like and a subscribe. Remember, if I hit that 400 subscriber mark, I'll be chugging that little Bring the Pain. Thanks to Ryan.
I'm sorry.
I'll be doing a lot.
Never say never. That's what we
yeah.
say. We say here in the States is never say never.
That's
and
right.
there's never a never, right?
Yeah.
400 subscribers. Let's push it for Pete. Let's get it.
Thanks ever so much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Unfortunately, James hasn't managed to join us tonight, but I'll have him on a later show. But after tonight, I'm on a break for 2 weeks to rebuild and everything. So have a bit of family time and do stuff. So
yeah.
Enjoy your break.
Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
I'm going to now say goodbye to Robert Rice. I will see you in the future, my friend.
In the future.
Yes.
Ryan Lee, good to see you.
Good to see you,
brother. Love you. Thanks for having us, Pete.
I will talk to you. I'll drop you a message tomorrow about that care package.
Right on, man. Definitely. Let's link up.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and answering all your questions and so forth. It's been fun.
Thank you for having us.
We'll see you all next time.
Bye,
So that is it. That's the end of this episode. What a fun episode that was. 2 absolutely great people, 3 great people from the United States. And it's been an absolute blast having them on. I'd love to have them back on some other time soon. But thank you all for watching. Remember, 2 weeks' time, I'll be back with more source reviews and more guests from all over the community. All the best to all the competitors at the League of Fire belt matches taking place this month. I have got my winner in mind, so fingers crossed he gets it. But big up to Ryan and Lee in their attempt to do it. And I hope Ryan does it for the boys. But for now, I will see you later. Cheers. E.H.P is out of here.